right, Miss Aurorah is back. Secured entrepreneurs. I want to thank all of the new secured entrepreneurs. In December 2023, we had 47 of you come on board. Congratulations, and thank you so much for trusting Miss Aurorah with your business and your legacy. In the month of January 2024, as we opened up this amazing year, we had 24 of you, and then we had this last minute whim VIP, and then it turned into 28 of you. So I want to congratulate all of the new secured entrepreneurs. And in the month of February, we're going to double time it. So let's go, let's go, let's go. Now, in this video, Miss Aurorah has to semi-debunk and clarify this whole thing about this person talking about not having an LLC. You should be having a C corporation instead. So of course, KJ sends me this clip that we're going to get into in this video. And it's just unfortunate that these shorts and these reels are 1 minute long, or 1 minute and 60 seconds or 90 seconds long. So you're not really getting all of what the person is saying. And so now there's a misinterpretation. There's a whole lot of misinformation. There's a whole lot of misunderstanding. And then, of course, you all start sending these emails. And I want to thank you for emailing. Please continue to do so at info@aurorahdayconsulting.com. So let's get into looking at this clip, and then Ms. Aurorah is going to give you the breakdown and a better understanding of some of what the individual is actually trying to say. All right, can we do that? So for those of you who do not know who I am Ms. Aurorah Dey, and this is the Secured Entrepreneur Movement. All right, secured entrepreneurs, check out this clip.
Number one, you should not have an LLC because that's limited. The bank says you're limited. We don't deal with that. Number two, you should be a corporation, a C Corp. That's what they like. So if you're going to be a C Corp, first obstacle that you got to overcome is your time in business. What are the rules? The rules are you should be 2.5 tax years before you even attempt to get some money. One guy came in and said, Mr. Derek, you know, I got my 2-year corp and I didn't get any money. I said 2.5 tax years. That's from January to April. 2 of those is 2 years, 8 months. So you might as well round it off to 3 years.
So unfortunately, in the first part of the clip, the gentleman is saying that the LLC cannot get loans. And we all know that that is false. We all know that that is false. So as I stated previously, because we did not see the entire presentation, we really don't know the context of which he is sharing that. So what Miss Aurorah had to do was contact a friend who actually knows this person on a personal level to get an understanding of what this man is actually discussing. And then in the interim, Cousin Robin, okay, sends me to this gentleman's live on Instagram, to which Miss Aurorah had to immediately get off, because once I start hearing some craziness, we cannot continue. We cannot continue. Because part of the issue, and all of the secured entrepreneurs know that Miss Aurorah tells you this, you just got too many people out here regurgitating that don't really have the practical experience for themselves. This is not anything that they have done. This is not anything that they are doing, okay? They have figured out some things, and then they start telling other people to do these things, and they make themselves a part of what they're telling these people to start doing. It never really pans out in the long run for a lot of these individuals who come out here and do this, because they just do not have enough practical knowledge. They don't have enough inside experience, personal experience with these things to really teach it and to really help somebody get on their way, right? Okay, so we're gonna debunk that whole LLCs cannot get loans and all that false, right? Now he begins to say that what you want to be is a C Corp because banks like C Corps, okay? So again, we don't hear all of what he's saying, but I come to know that what the gentleman is selling are shelf corporations. And if anybody knows this individual who has been a part of whatever he's doing, correct Miss Aurorah in the comments if she is wrong. This is what I'm being told by an individual who has attended something that this gentleman has given and knows people who are directly connected to him. All right, I understand that he is selling shelf corporations, and then he is selling his personal service to these people, something to this effect. Okay, again, correct Miss Aurorah if she's got the wrong information. But in this clip, he's talking to these individuals who he wants to sell these C Corps to, from what I'm being told. And so it's advantageous for him to hype it up because he's going to get this C Corp from another company that's selling these C Corps. And then we hear him saying that the C Corporation must have 2 years tax returns in order to qualify for bank loans, but he's not specifying what type of bank loans or anything. There's nothing specific in the 1 minute clip, so we're not hearing all of what he's saying. So I'm going to give the clarity to the individuals who are going to these places and being told that they need to form C corporations, and they don't have a full and clear understanding of why it is you would want to form a C corporation. The actual disadvantage to the small business owner or the entrepreneur who really isn't trying to have any type of double taxation scenarios, okay, anything like that. So let Ms. Aurorah tell you that the corporation was formed hundreds of years ago simply because we had these explorers, we had these individuals who would go out on these expeditions, okay, and these ventures, talking about they were doing something for the new world, discovering the new world, okay. If that venture failed, then that individual was stuck with a very large amount of liability. Their liability was what we would call unlimited. They had unlimited liability. They would take an extremely large loss if this venture failed. So what they developed was something called a corporation, simply because we want the opportunity to have many people have the ability to invest in this venture. Because remember, the corporation is promoting a risky venture, okay? So now we want many people to have the opportunity to participate in this risky venture. And if this risky venture is profitable, these individuals will be blessed enough to share in those profits. They will get a percentage of those profits based upon the percentage of investment that they gave to the corporation. Okay, so that's really how that whole thing got started, right? So it is the same today. And we know that this individual is saying C corporation. Now, for whatever he's teaching, he's saying you need the C corporation to get loans from banks because banks like that. Well, if you are a small business or you are a budding entrepreneur and you do not have any intention to become a publicly traded company, then no, the C Corp is not for you. The C Corp has specific tax rates that only apply to C Corps, okay? There are states that have special taxes that only apply to C Corps. So these are the things that you will need to be aware of. And I don't know if he teaches people this, but I haven't heard in anything that I've listened to that he has done out there on social media, I haven't heard him say anything about this. A C corporation is going to pay tax on its net earnings at corporate rates. So the salaries of officers, directors, and employees are taxable to them and deductible to the corporation. However, money paid out as dividends is taxed twice. Yes, money paid out as dividends is taxed twice. is taxed at the corporation's rate as part of its profit, and then at the individual stockholders' rates as part of their income. And then, of course, what you need to know is that the C corporation must have a board of directors that meets once a year. That is a must. The board of directors is that controlling body of the corporation, and it makes major corporate decisions and elects the officers. And who are the officers? The president, the vice president, the secretary, the treasurer, and then, of course, your shareholders. And we know the shareholders own stock in the corporation. And of course, if you're small and you're just starting out, the shareholders would also more than likely play the role of the officers and the directors. So all of the secured entrepreneurs here in the secured entrepreneur movement already know that we specialize in tax-free wealth. So we already have our wealth cycle set up so that when those dividends come down from these C corporations, okay, we are going to utilize every tax deferral strategy known to man to avoid these types of situations. And the secured entrepreneurs who are partaking with C corporations already have their wealth cycle set up so that they don't get caught up in any of the double taxation. That is what Miss Aurorah wants to share with you in this video. Please be extremely mindful of getting caught up in legal entities that you will not be able to operate effectively because you're being told that it can obtain X, Y, and Z. We really do already know that, yes, if in fact you desire to be a publicly traded company and you want investors like people on Shark Tank, yes, they are very interested in corporations, especially C Corps, because they have an interest in having the ability to fire your butt. Okay, hello, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real in this video. We're all adults here. How many times have we heard that our Wonder Boys were facing extension from their own companies? This is why, because we're allowing the shareholders to have more percentage of the company than the person who created it. We know that that has happened to some infamous people. It happens to a lot of people. You think you're the CEO, but they tell you different because you've got the board of directors, okay? Or all of that, please. So please do the research before you get into this. And I want to thank KJ for sending that clip. And I want to thank everybody who has emailed, who has talk to Miss Aurorah about not only this individual, but some other people that they've seen here on YouTube who are saying some things that really do not apply to the way that a majority of new entrepreneurs are actually moving. They are not really ready to register a corporation or to become even an S Corp. They're not even ready to do that. But we see that when you're applying for things, they say, oh, you're an LLC, are you an S Corp or a C Corp? They really try to push you in that direction. They don't really want you to say, right now, this is an LLC. Okay, I'm new, I'm starting, I have to get things together. I have not taken a tax election, and just maybe I won't take one because this is the way I need to operate. So they're not really giving you the understanding that you don't have to make those decisions right away. But we all know that people have an agenda, so that's the way it is. But here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement, we're going to give you the education to let you know exactly the way that you should go according to how it is you want to conduct your business. So if you haven't already, please go down in the description box and click the link to watch the Mastering Tax-Free Wealth training. And you know, you can find me, Miss Aurorah Dey, at AurorahDayConsulting.com. And until next time,